Welcome to Silverstone for round 7 of the historic Formula 4 Championship. We're on the Grand Prix circuit this weekend. We've got 40 pre-1972 Formula 4s ready to take part. Since we last saw the championship, the cars and drivers have been to Cadwell Park and Thruxton. Cadwell Park saw victories for Nelson Rowe and Cameron Jackson, for a double win for Ben Mitchell at Thruxton last time out on the 50th anniversary meeting for the circuit. The season started at Donington Park with victories for Ben Mitchell and Richard Tarling. That leaves Ben Mitchell as the championship leader on 119 points, 3 victories, the only driver to win more than once. He and Cameron Jackson have been in the top 10 in every race. Jackson was second after that victory at Cadwell, 3 second places, so he transitioned his 12 points back on Mitchell. There's the gap to Richard Tarling, the Donington Park winner. He's not here. Then Callum Grant, the other person to finish every time in the top 10, sits 4th. And it's the championship leader, Ben Mitchell, on pole position here today, with Cameron Jackson alongside, with Callum Grant and Max Bartel on row 2, before Ed Thurston and Ben Tusting. Will Nuttall, Brian Morris, Stuart Kesselbout and Mads Grabston round off the top 10. On the longest circuit of the season for the championship, on actually what has been a busy spell, because we're at Cadwell Park 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago at Thruxton, in 2 weeks' time we're at Brands Hatch. So certainly a busy time for the drivers. Mitchell, Jackson, Tarling, Grant, as I mentioned, the top 4 in the championship. Then it's Nelson Rowe, Ed Thurston, Max Bartel, Rob Smith, Ben Tusting and Matt Wrigley. So the rolling start is about to get the 7th round of the 2018 season underway. Ben Mitchell from pole, but he's on the outside, therefore on the run down towards Cops Corner. Somebody trying to look way up the inside, but it will be Cameron Jackson on the inside who should get the lead of this huge 40-car pack as they make their way around Cops for the first time and head down towards Beckett's. And a spin there, or a moment from Nick Arden. Yes, the car does spin, so right towards the rear of the field, but he should be able to recover it. It's Cameron Jackson, though, down at Beckett's that leads, with Ben Mitchell in second position, the championship leader. Jackson, the chaser. Ben Mitchell, the only driver to win multiple races so far this year. Multiple champion. Callum Grant there in 3rd place, yet to win a race, but has been on the podium. Just once actually has Callum Grant, so he'll be looking for a good result here on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. The field then flow their way down the Hanger Straight and into Stowe. Then the run down towards the left-hander, the change to the normal Grand Prix circuit we use this weekend. The fast left-hander at Vale into Club, making that corner much quicker than it is on the traditional Grand Prix circuit, but it's nose to tail for second. Ben Mitchell under pressure from Callum Grant, but Cameron Jackson up front getting away. Neither Mitchell or Jackson have won the championship before, so as it stands, it looks like we're going to have a new champion this year. Callum Grant, though, he's going to be trying to get himself in the championship hunt, and he goes up the inside. And he gets second place. There's all sorts of battles behind in front of Cormac Flanagan, who's going to try and gain a place. Gisane Jenicard, who raced at Donington and went well there, returns to the championship this weekend, and Flanagan's going to go side by side with him in the Alexis, but it's the Crosley of Jenicard that stays ahead. So Cormac Flanagan now will chase him through the left-hander and onto the Wellington Straight, and the run down towards Brooklyn. Flanagan in the slipstream, he pulls out of the toe, darts out of the toe in fact, and Mansfield is a bit too violent coming out of the toe, I think. He lost momentum, but he's still got the inside line, and he will go from the inside. They're side by side ahead as well. Is that Stuart Kestenbaum and Mads Grabston possibly there battling it out? They turn their way through Luffield, about to complete lap 1 of this 20-minute race. We've had 4 different winners this year. Doesn't look like we're going to have a new winner this one, because Cameron Jackson is blasting away up front. Grant and Mitchell still going at it for second. They've got this big group of cars there being led by Stuart Kesselbout. There's another gap, and I think Rob Smith that leads the next group through as they start their second lap of the race. Great battles throughout the pack, but not for the lead really. Cameron Jackson has done a storming opening lap to break the toe. And with them battling behind, Jackson and Grant, who are side by side again as they come out the Beckett S's. This is really allowing Jackson to pull away. He's in the Lola. There are not too many Lolas out there, but Cameron Jackson making it work for him. Side by side for second, up towards Stowe. It's Mitchell on the inside. Callum Grant trying to fight around the outside there. Behind Will Nuttall ran out wide in the battle with Max Bartel and with Ed Thurston. He's more side by side action. That's Mads Grafton and Chisan Jenicard. And Corbett Flannington's just gone through. He's ahead of that battle now. Dick Dixon and John Roberts a bit further back. They're having a battle. The Lotus of Dixon going ahead into Stowe corner. Run down towards the very fast left-hander of Vale on this historic Grand Prix layout, and Dixon runs out wide, so Roberts gets the position back. Now they run through the right-hander at Club. And here's Callum Grant. He's heading down towards Brooklyn. We've got Ben Mitchell with the Jimmy Dice Coffee Merlin up the inside to go through. He slides a bit wide though, so Callum Grant tries to come back through. He's on the outside into Luffield, so we'll have to stick behind. Grant running fourth in the championship and should pass Richard Tarling this weekend, who's not here. He's never been a race winner. Has Nelson Rowe, who's not here after the incident he had at Cadwell Park. Up towards Cox Corner now, and Grant back up the inside to get second place back. So it's a great battle between the duo. And out wide, out over the curve there is Callum Grant. Trying to carry as much momentum on the run down towards Beckett, but because he ran out wide, he didn't carry as much momentum as Ben Mitchell was able to, so Mitchell goes through. Second of the Nigel Grant Motorpoint of the Year in Merlings is Ted Pearson. We run on board with him now. He's involved in a nice battle, and Matt Wrigley up ahead, who went really well in the historic Formula 2 Championship a few weeks ago at Brands Hatch and won. He's also out in that car this weekend. He's racing here in the historic Formula 4 involved in this big battle just outside the top 10. Cars there running out wide, and Ted Pearson's got a good run here on Rob Smith. It might want to be Wrigley then to run out wide. It's side by side between Pearson and Smith into the fast Beckett's S's, and Pearson goes through. So Ted Pearson making a really good debut in the historic Formula 4 Championship. Guess what? Callum Grant and Ben Mitchell are side by side. It seems like they've been like that for most of this race, and it's Ben Mitchell on the inside that gets the place. It's Max Bartel, he runs fourth. Will Nuttall up the inside of Ed Thurston to go to fifth. So Nuttall up into fifth position. The best result was seventh this year, so Will Nuttall looking to improve on that. There's Matt Wrigley round the outside of Rob Smith, so that battle continues. But Ted Pearson now has gone past both of them, so Matt Wrigley really lost out down the hanger straight. Here on board with the Lotus of Dick Dixon, he's going to blast past John Roberts down the hanger straight. Or maybe he doesn't, because Roberts is later on the brakes and hangs on to that position. Here's Will Nuttall then, with the Into Racing Jamin on the way down towards the village hairpin. See Max Bartel just getting away there, a bit sideways for Nuttall. Around the outside comes Ed Thurston, so Thurston back up to fifth. He's had a podium this year, Ed Thurston, that came at Cadwell Park after a race where he had to come through the heat. A really good run he had there in what was a bit of a race of attrition. At that second race at Cadwell. Ed Thurston though slow off the corner, slipstream working for Will Nuttall, and he goes through on the run up towards Brooklands past the RDC grandstand. Max Bartel up ahead, he's in fourth place. He's running seventh in the championship despite missing the first meeting at Donington Park. He's had a couple of podium finishes. Both came at Fruxton last time out on the 50th anniversary for the circuit, 50th anniversary meeting. There's Corbett Flanagan, he's going well in 7th. He's now getting away from Jenicard and Grabston. They've got Stuart Kessler out in 10th, 11th is Brian Morris, 12th is Ted Pearson. The battle for 13th there, Rob Smith, Matt Wrigley involved there. There's Danny Stansel, he's coming through the field. He had a misfire in qualifying, started way back in 29th position and has fought through well. He's on the tail of Alex Meek, who we're running on board with. Danny Stansel looking up the outside into the Beckett S's, and he goes through. A great move there, fastest section in British Motorsport then through the Beckett S's. Danny Stansel gains a place then. He's looking to fight his way into the points. His best result this year has been an 8th. Totally came at Cadwell Park. Battles down the hanger straight, being slipstreaming opportunity caught Harvey Sykes. He makes a position, he goes up the inside of Matt Wrigley. There's Kevin Stansel following his son through. ahead of Alex Meek. So Meek's lost a couple of positions already on this lap. So he'll be looking to fight back. The car runs out wider. That's Mike Wrigley, the father of Matt. He's in a Lotus. And up the inside of Callum Grant comes Max Bartow. Now Grant's all away from Ben Mitchell, so potential problem here with the Merling of Grant. Here's Danny Stander, we were talking about a moment ago. He's looking to gain more position. So we ride on board with Route Abbey, the really quick right-hander. Slow our way down to the hairpin. It's side by side up ahead. Matt Wrigley then goes back ahead of Harvey Sykes. Now Danny Stanley's going to try and follow him through up the inside, but instead it's Sykes that dives to the inside of Wrigley. That doesn't work, so Sykes runs out wide. Sykes best result of 14, so he's going to try and improve on that here. Matt Wrigley, he runs 10th in the championship and has had a couple of top 10s this year. Kevin standing in the mirror of Danny there. Danny right in the slipstream of Harvey Sykes. He's looking up the inside and he's going to be really late on the brakes. Tries to get the car slowed down in time. It looks like he's made it work, has he? Maybe Kevin's going to try and look to go also past Sykes. Sykes trying to hang on around the outside. Now Callum Grant pulled it into the clutches of the battle between Ed Thurston and Will Nuttall. Thurston rounding outside at Cops to get the place. But then does that mean he's slow on the exit? Callum Grant pulls off to the left-hand side of the track there. And through goes Will Nuttall ahead of Ed Thurston. So he was 6th for heading out of Cops. He's up to 4th now. So everybody will move up a place with Callum Grant's retirement. Tarling will hang on to 3rd in the championship for now. And that means the Ben Mitchell Cameron Jackson duo will extend their championship lead if they make it to the end, and it was certainly starting to look like a 2-horse race for the championship. It hasn't been that in the race because Cameron Jackson made that great gap on lap 1 and it's stabilised between him and Ben Mitchell. So that's first and second. Big gap back to 3rd place Max Bartow, and it's side by side for 4th. Will Nuttall and Ed Thurston have been battling all race long. It's a Jamin and Thurston on the inside to go keep ahead of Ed Thurston, in fact. In 6th place is Cormac Flanagan having his best run. He'd only had a best result of 13th so far this year, so 6th place will be a big improvement on that. Kevin Stanzel's losing out here because both Harvey Sykes and Michael Grant Peterkin go round the outside into Stowe Corner. Kevin Stanzel's best result this year so far has been a 13th. Through the fast left at Vale, before turning into Club Corner. Halfway round the lap. Obviously we're using the national pits here at the Historic Sports Car Club meeting. More battles down the Hangar Straight. Dick Dixon and Rob Lamplow side by side. A bit further back, Stephen King being passed by Rudolf Ernst, showing the battles are all the way through the through the field, as always really has been the case in the Historic Formula 4 Championship. All of Alex Meek now. You've got Mike Wrigley behind. Up ahead is Kevin Stanzel. Out wide is Ted Pearson. Ted Pearson in strife. He's pulling off the road. So a real drama there. Real shame because Ted Pearson was having a great run. Here's Merling. Alex Meek is coming under pressure here from Mike Wrigley, who was in the slipstream. He's in the Lotus. And he goes through. So Mike Wrigley gains the place. Experienced historic driver, racing everything up to historic Formula 1 level, enjoying the tussle in the historic Formula 4 Championship. So goes ahead of Alex Meek. Accelerates out of Luffield, then about to complete another lap. Here's John Roberts. He's turning his way into the village hairpin. He's having a battle with Andrew Mansell. Mansell runs a bit wide there. Therefore gives him a defensive line. Gets sideways. He tries to accelerate out of the slow hairpin. The long run up towards Brooklands. Alex Meek, who arrived on board a moment ago, he's had a best result of 15th, so looking for another point finish here. He's in that big pack where points are available, but side by side for 4th once again. Ed Thurston looking to the outside of Will Nuttall. Will Nuttall having looking to get his best result of the season. Ed Thurston though trying to fight back out of Stowe Corner. Thurston sitting 6th in the championship. This will put him ahead of Nelson Rowe and on terms with Richard Tarling and Callum Grant in the championship. So Ed Thurston, in only his 2nd full season of car racing, going strong. Danny Stanzel up over the curves on the inside of Stowe Corner, trying to gain more positions. Matt Wrigley that we're on terms with, turning left through rail and now into club corner. Huge amount of position gained in this race for Danny Stanzel. Gained easily 10, 15 coming on, closer to 20 cars he's passed in this race. He did the slipstream down towards Abbey Corner, a great place to look up the inside, and that didn't quite work. Still time to gain, although still got this pack behind him. You've got to watch out for Harvey Sykes, you can see it in the mirrors. Still Cowie, Gareth Poole here, turning their way through Stowe Corner. They're having a battle. Ginetta lead in that battle. Ginetta in their 60th season, and they're racing returning to Le Mans this weekend. Back here at Silverstone in third place there is Max Bottel, fourth is Will Nuttall, fifth is Ed Thurston. So this has been a great pair dicing all the way through. As has this actually, Gizan Janakan in sixth ahead of Mads Grabson, who's having his first good season of racing, made his debut at Silverstone at the end of last year. Right, Chris Sharple's Palliser. Grabson has had a best result of 6th, and we had a spin there for Alex Meek, so on his mission to get into the points, it looks like not to happen. And Ed Thurston slices up the inside of Will Nuttall through traffic to get 4th position back, but I'm sure that's not going to be the end of that battle. As I say though, Grabson's best result of 6th, so we're going to try and replicate that here. And he's battling Gizan Janakan, who has had a best result of 7th, which came at Donington in that mad slipstreaming race we had at the beginning of the year. Will Nuttall slipstreams back ahead of Ed Thurston to go 4th. You see behind the Janakan and Grabson battle, the Crosley versus the Palliser. It's the inside line for Janakan, but round the outside comes Mads Grabson, and he goes right round the outside to grab the position. Now we've got to be careful not to run out wide here, and he looks fine, I think. Janakan looking back to the outside. They've got a slower back marker to deal with, but Grabson has gone through up to 6th. Then we've got this big battle now being led by Harvey Sykes. It's gone round the outside of Danny Stanzel, who in turn has gone past Matt Wrigley. So it is Sykes that leads this battle now, with Stanzel behind, then Wrigley, then Grant Peterkin, then Kevin Stanzel, then Mike Wrigley. You've got a couple of father and sons involved in this battle on Father's Day weekend. Towards one of the fathers, that's Kevin Stanzel turning right through the very fast Abbey Corner. Then through this new loop section, which has been in place for the best part of the last decade. See to the left hand side there, car being recovered. That's Cormac Flanagan, who of course was running 6th earlier on, but he's been involved in an incident, and in 4th position it's Ed Thurston once more. He's gone back ahead of Will Nuttall there, up the inside. He's going to fight back. The slipstream, he looks. He's going to get closer therefore to Thurston, and we'll look up the inside into Cox. Is he going to go through here? Nuttall's going to on the inside. It's Thurston fighting out on the outside sideways. It's Nuttall. He tries not to run too wide, but it looks like he went through. Back up to 4th. This has been a good race-long battle. Andrew Mansell ahead of John Roberts. They're in this new arena section of the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. A nasty snap-up over steer there for Andrew Mansell, and that allows John Roberts to go through. Danny Stanzel holding on ahead of Matt Wrigley on the inside line there. Michael Grant Peterkin trying to get involved as well, so that battle continues nicely. But up front, somebody who hasn't been even involved in a battle all race, that's Cameron Jackson. He continues to lead. He looks to score a second race win of the year and close was a 12-point margin to Ben Mitchell coming into this weekend. Round the outside of Will Nuttall goes Ed Thurston, so he gets 4th position back. They've changed positions more times than there are laps, and behind them Gizan Janakan goes through ahead of Mads Grabson to get 6th. Now we can run with Danny Stanzel, and Matt Wrigley's got back to the front of this battle, but he has a double toe to Danny Stanzel. No toe for Matt Wrigley, and he's going to lose 3 positions because Michael Grant Peterkin's coming up the inside of him. Danny Stanzel did go through, so he used that double toe effectively to get both places. And battle before, but they're going to change positions yet again. They've changed positions about 3 times on this lap. Up the inside into Abbey Corner, Will Nuttall goes through. Right, Dick Dixon leads this battle. Stephen King is behind him. Got Rob Lampslow with Roder Verts looking to the outside. Got Robert Tusting involved in that as well. Lampslow, who holds on ahead of Ernst. Then Rob Tusting. They turn their way into the Vale and Club. Here's Kevin Stanzel, involved in this mighty battle, probably one of the best battles of the race actually, in the mid-pack. And Kevin Stanzel runs out wide, and that's because Mike Wrigley's up the inside. So a change of position there. Wrigley in the Lotus goes through. He's gained a nice number of positions during this race. Kevin Stanzel's going to try and fight back. He's in the slipstream underneath the Wellington Straight Bridge they go. The outside is Stanzel. They go past the BRDC grandstand, past the BRDC clubhouse, and Kevin Stanzel goes back round the outside to get the place back, and it's side by side before. Ed Burton round the outside on the last lap they have gone now, and Will Nuttall sideways on the inside loses the position, so could that be a crucial move from Ed Thurston? Round the outside, into Cops corner, brave move there, he made it work. Into the Beckett Cesses now they turn. Eldon ahead of Jamin. A bit further back, left Danny Stats ahead of Harvey Sykes. They're breaking away now from Michael Grant Pidkin and Matt Wrigley. But here comes the battle for fourth, up towards Stowe, and Thurston hangs on, but somebody who's not hanging on is Gene Jenican because it is being passed by Mads Grabston, who goes up to 6. It's side by side also for 8. We haven't seen this battle, but this looks like a good one. That's Stuart Kesteban against Brian Morris. And up the inside, Brian Morris tries to get it, but the very experienced Formula Ford racer Stuart Kestenbaum hangs on. Again though, Brian Morris looks up the inside into Vale, but he can't make that stick. The battles behind flow their way out of Stowe Corner for the final time. There's Andrew Wiggins, he's involved in a battle, and a bit further back it's 3 wide. It looks like a good battle to the end. This is Andrew Mansell against John Roberts, and they're both lapping the car of John Emery. Through Stowe Corner they go. Mansell back ahead. Roberts looks the inside, up towards Vale. Really an overtaking place, but the 20 minutes is up, and Cameron Jackson is the winner. He wins for the second time this year. Second place goes to Ben Mitchell. Third place to Max Bartel, but who's going to get fourth? Because Will Nuttall, a last corner attack around the outside of Ed Thurston. Can't make that work. Now the slipstream on the run to the line, because it is a run to the line. And it's going to be a real Silverstone type finish with a dead heat pretty much between the two of them, but it looks like Thurston just hung on there. We didn't see a huge amount of these two drivers during the race. That's because they were really racing around by themselves for the most part. Certainly the race winner, Cameron Jackson. These two, the championship contenders. So certainly look forward to closer battles, more what we expect between them as the season goes on. We get another race tomorrow, and let's hope that one is a bit more of a traditional Formula Ford slipstreaming fest. It was a 2-second victory for Cameron Jackson over Ben Mitchell, with Max Bartel in third. One of the highlights of the race was Ed Thurston versus Will Nuttall, with the Eldon coming out on top. Gishan Jenican beat Mads Grabston by just 0.04 of a second, and Brian Morris got the better of Stuart Kesterbaum. Rob Smith concluded the top 10. The storming drive from Danny Stanzel to pass 18 drivers finished 11th, ahead of Michael Grant Pidkin, Matt Wrigley, Harvey Sykes and Mike Wrigley round off the point scorers. John Roberts beat Andrew Mansell in that close battle for 20th position during the race, and 33 cars saw the checkered flag. The results of that race will be how the cars will line up tomorrow for the 8th round of the championship.